Hi everyone. I'm continuing to try to model catch. I'm going to try to do it as a student, from a student lens this time. The C stands for circle unfamiliar words, so I'm going to try to guess what kids won't know and then model that. Ask questions and acknowledge confusion, talk to the text, and that means answering some of the questions, I believe. Mark memorable quotes, capture the main idea, write out in sentences, and identify points where the main idea is revealed. Highlight important evidence. So let's see, here I go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, hip hop and colorism. What does this mean? Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Well. I will be analyzing some of the music of 3 hip hops, new, not so new generations. So I'm going to learn about J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and I will learn about Well. I haven't heard about Well. Specifically, I will be highlighting how these artists have discussed and acknowledged colorism as being problematic. Okay, so this is good. I will learn about colorism from their perspective. Oop, running out of space. Okay, great. So I'm going to answer that question. J. Cole, Jermaine Lamar Cole, was born in Germany to a German mother and a black father. Ooh, wow, that's interesting. However, he was raised in Fayetteville. Oh my gosh, what the heck is that? Oh, it's a city. That's going to throw me. In North Carolina, and began his aspirations. What does this word mean? Looking it up. Beep, beep, boop. Hey Siri. Goals, dreams. So I'm learning about, let's see, let me get out my highlighter so I can emphasize the purpose of this paragraph. I am looking for the dreams of Cole, J. Cole. So what are his dreams? When he was 12 years old, he was signed by Jay-Z in 2007. Wow. I wish something like that happened to me when I was 12. In an interview he did with Bet, he states he might not be as successful if he was darker skinned. What? I'm going to put some boxes around this and then talk to the text. I cannot believe, or whoa, and recognizes his privilege. Maybe I would circle this. Okay, so why does he have privilege? Why? Oh, is it because of this? Right, so I can make an inference. He feels like he has privilege because he's lighter skinned. So I'll connect that. So privilege means, does it mean life is easier? And maybe I'll ask my teacher and have a discussion about what this means. A light-skinned black man. Okay. Cole also brings up in this interview about the status of President Barack Obama and if he would even be president if he had a darker complexion. Ooh, that's interesting. So he's comparing himself to President Obama. So Cole is saying that him and Obama are successful because they have lighter skin. So maybe I would stop, write the main idea. Cole is making the argument that he and Obama are more successful because they have a lighter skin complexion. Okay, now I feel confident about moving on. Now I'm curious. We still live in America. We are still Black Americans. Those mental change. Whoa. I just love this metaphor. This is important. Mental chains are still in us. Okay, so then I'm like, is this a mental chain? This main idea? Or is it a truth? Mental chain? Truth? Or mental chains? Are our mental chains our truth? That's a great question. I'm going to zoom in for that. Maybe I could bring that up in a seminar. Are our mental chains truth? I'll bring that up in the seminar for points. Cole definitely has acknowledged the lack of dark-skinned females in music. Oh wait, I didn't read all this. Good thing I'm annotating, I know. Whether that brainwashing, yes. That brainwashing that tells us that light skin is better is subconsciously in us. Important quote alert. Light skin is subconsciously in us, whether we know it or not. Still pursuing light skinned women. Okay. But Barack Obama would not be president if he were dark skinned. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if I agree with this. Maybe I could ask my classmates, do you agree? Was it really about the color of his skin? Or was that just a factor? Just a factor? Or the reason? Ooh, this would be for a good seminar. Cole definitely has acknowledged the lack of dark-skinned females in music videos. However, he has made personal effort, more balanced representation of Black women in his own music videos. So that's how colorism lives. So what's the main idea here? I can always write the main idea after every chunk. Colorism lives in music videos, but he says it's getting better. So I'll add a clause. Even though it is getting better, colorism still lives. Stopping and writing the main idea. Great annotation. Okay. Am I confused? No, because I'm annotating and I circled it. Confusing words like aspirations and privilege. Acknowledging that confusion. Here I go. Let's rock and roll. Kendrick Lamar, Duckworth. That's crazy. Was born in Compton, California, to two Black parents from Chicago, Illinois. He began his rap career at age 16 from the release of his first friends. This isn't as important, but it's interesting. His main influence was Tupac and Dr. Dre. In 2003, he signed with an independent label based in California called Top Dog Entertainment. Okay. Whoa, that's too far away. That's too close. In 2012, he his 2000 tour release of Good Kid, Mad City set the hip-hop world on fire in his song. Okay, great, but what about colorism? The art of peer pressure. He talks about his life. K dot, K dot, or K but. His persona as a black boy from Compton involved in the wrong things with the wrong people. Okay, so this is about his past. The art of peer pressure. So Kendrick Lamar got involved with the wrong people. Okay, so we're talking about Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar got involved with the wrong people. This is his history. In his song, he's on a mission with his friends, which involves them stopping to spit game at some bougie, light-skinned, bad word, with no extensions. And how the scenario was a perfect combination because they were, my gosh, bad word alert, with bad intentions. Okay, keep in mind Lamar spoke to the views of many black boys that his hometown had. Okay, so this is confusing. Is Lamar perpetuating, what does that word mean? Causing? I mean, what is going on? Colorism? Okay, so acknowledge some confusion. Then came To Pimp a Butterfly. Today, protesters across the country have used the chorus. I never thought I'd read this sentence out loud. Sorry. Protesters across the country have used the chorus of his song, All Right, a chant during the outbreaks of civil protests against police brutality and racism, which college universities. Chant against racism. Okay. So this is different. So all of a sudden, the author says, then came, right? So, how will this song be different, right? Right? Because, and I mean, it sounds like Lamar's work is engaging because he speaks to the beliefs and probably feelings, what did it say? Many black boys from his hometown. Of many black boys from his town. Right? So it's like, but those beliefs are causing colorism. Not sure, right? But this is kind of like connecting to the other one, or is he just like, is Lamar's work attempting to define the mental chains, connecting back to the other text? Okay, and then other questions I'm thinking about is how will To Pimp a Butterfly be different? Like, will it be different? Okay, so now I'm going to keep reading, getting my head straight. So it seems like it's like activism. So activism. Furthermore, Kendrick Lamar has a song within his album, so he speaks to colorism. Okay. So there we go. Different song, not To Pimp a Butterfly. Strives for the celebration of all shades. Fascinating. The full song title is Complexion in Zulu Love, in which Zulu love may refer to Zulu philosophy, Ubuntu, that directly translate as humanness, human kindness. So that's great. This philosophy promotes showing love, mercy, kindness, regardless of a person's background, color, skin, or age. Okay. All right, so this is his later work. Right, so you can leverage colorism. You can leverage colorism to engage your audience, right? But it's important to also, once you've engaged your audience, you should teach a positive philosophy. So once he hooked an audience, Lamar, writing the main idea, capturing the main idea, promoted a philosophy of kindness. Okay, I haven't been circling many words, so I'm going to try to model that. Lastly, Olubowale Victor Akintamin was born in Washington, D.C. I could circle that, but I know that's a name. Right? Name, this is number 3. But it's important to acknowledge any language words that would be hard to sound out and be like, oh, that's a name. I don't need to freak out. 2 Nigerian parents. So maybe a student would be like, what is this? Right? Oh, Nigeria, the country. Okay, his music led him to signing with Rick Ross's Maybach Music Records after leaving Interscope. So this is a company. His music is extremely honest and deals with a lot of themes such as battles with inner self. So, I'm sorry, who? Oh, wow. So we're talking about wow. So this is again number 3. He deals with themes such as battles with the inner self, politics, social movement, women, materialism. First of all, these are not themes, these are topics, and racial issues. Battles with the inner self, politics, materialism, and racial issues. Oh, wow. These are topics. Oh, topics. He's right. They got it together. These are topics that the rap world deems as too sensitive or emotional. What? Why is this too emotional? Why is social enlightenment too... Come on, rap world. I mean, it seems like... this is contradictory, right? Lamar was all about social enlightenment, right? Maybe a question I can write was, does Lamar break the rules? Is he allowed to break the rules? La 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 la. Let's see. So we got a lot of good questions. Okay. Social enlightenment for a male rapper to be discussing, in which Whale receives a lot of criticism. Okay, so Whale is not afraid. Well, my number 3 is not afraid to be a nonconformist. He is often seen as the dark-skinned Drake and is constantly challenged for his openness. Is he dark-skinned? Challenges his openness and honesty about meaning behind the lyrics of his life. Okay, but vulnerability is good. Okay, so Whale is our vulnerable rapper. Vulnerable rapper. Even black female bloggers and hip hop fans criticize Whale for the what is this word? Misogynistic themes within some of his music. Okay, so does misogynist mean anti-women? Whale's 2009 release of Attention Deficit included the song Shades. Ooh, does this have to do with colorism? Does this have to do with colorism? I feel like I'm understanding this word like more deeply reading about it. Features Chrisette Michelle. So this is a name. I mean, I would tell students you don't need to like always look up names, like words like misogynistic, yes. But you don't need to Google names. I feel like that's not as important. The song not only talks about stereotypes, that's a good word to look up. Stereotypes based on complexion within the black community, but so complexion, right? So that's skin color, or as they say, shade. All words to look up and to maybe preview for this text, or have them discover. Ask them at the end, what words did you circle within the black community? But he explicitly shares his past prejudices. Okay, so yes, he's a vulnerable rapper, right, that shares his past prejudices, right? So yes, he can be misogynistic, but he admits that he was prejudiced. Also, make sure that kids know this word, because they don't, right? Prejudice. Some do, some don't. They think they know it. Prejudge. Like he judges people maybe on their complexion, but he switches past prejudice and issues with skin color. So he's prejudging people in his past. Lord have mercy. So in Wales, and this is nice when you have this extra space in the article. In Wales' past, he prejudged. So in Wales' past, he prejudged people based on skin color. Oops. So then this is him modeling vulnerability, which is great, right? So he's a misogynist. At least he's doing this. Like, to model that vulnerability is huge. Just kidding, misogyny is bad. I found this song very important simply because it speaks to the insecurities and issues black men have. Nothing like a vulnerable man. Let's go, Whale. Which have always been labeled as black women's problem, especially when discussing colorism. Okay, so maybe a question I might write is, so is Well asserting that a black male's number one problem is colorism. Okay, great. Colorism. Well, mainly it talks about his distrust of light-skinned women. Whoa. And is infidelity with his girlfriend he had, who was a light-skinned girl. Wow, this guy is taking risks, but he's admitting all that. That's crazy. His distrust came from his preconceived idea that people with lighter skin had a better life. Preconceived idea. Okay, a better life, which means we think of that word from the first we read, privilege, and where his resentment grew from. Resentment. Right, what a topic. He also had resentment towards guys who had lighter skin. Guys who had lighter skin because it was seen that girls would give them more attention. So like answering my question, right? He is admitting his insecurities. As a darker skin male. Right? So it's great to ask a question and then try to answer it, modeling that curiosity. However, the chorus sung by Miss Michelle contrasts male's battle with colorism and speaks to black being beautiful no matter the shade. From a light-skinned girl to a dark-skinned brother, shade doesn't matter. Okay, so however, right, so this is on the other hand, right, so he is getting over his insecurities with his art. Shade doesn't matter. Easier said than, this is, it's complicated, but he's trying. Because there is people, I would say, do people believe this? Do people believe this? Here's a heart makes the lover, boy, you're so beautiful. Shady doesn't matter. Heart makes the lover. Honey brown, caramel, coffee brown, chocolate, toffee, pecan, licorice, boy, you're so beautiful. And it speaks to men. I like this. Speaks to men. So this is nice. So I wonder, is this message, and he has so much credibility because he admits vulnerability, is this message landing? Right? And he's such a storyteller. I would think these three voices, all different experiences growing up in America. Oh, we're at the conclusion. I think that what makes these three voices unique, different experiences growing up in America as a black man, which speaks to their views and artistic take on colorism. Well, that was just great. I just want to encourage all teachers to, what was my main point? Annotate with catch. If you make videos like this, 30 minutes. It's a great way to read to kids after class and to help them to practice this amazing skill of circling words, asking questions, talking with the text, capturing the main idea, highlighting, and then maybe follow it with a seminar. Remind them that the purpose is to not just get points. The purpose is to deepen their understanding of a text and to inspire curiosity and just give kids an into reading. So thank you so much, Miss Saldana, for giving me this text to read. Appreciate it.